Hey folks, you might remember me from the How to Drive a Stick in a 2002 Mazda Protege 5. Well, today I have a 2008 Mazda 3. It's not a Speed, it's just a 3, unfortunately. And I'm going to teach you how to drive a stick in this. We have a different camera angle because it does its thing, and it's there now. But yeah, this is my second take at the video. Because the first one, you couldn't see shit. That's the e-brake. Love grabbing that. But, yeah, this video is not for you if you haven't been roasted in Ricer of the Day at least once. I have, and I'm wearing a Mass Tunings hoodie. And I have a Dan Tuning sticker on my visor. So, and there's a Mass Tuning sticker on the back of the car. So, like, it cancels out. It's like, I'm in a neutral zone now. So, yeah, I'm gonna teach you how to drive stick again on fucking November 5th, 2017, compared to, like, whatever day. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So, what we got, you got your e-brake. You need that, to park. It's pretty important. It's also considered the parking brake. You got your shifter. This one has 5 speeds. And you wiggle it back and forth to make yourself feel better because you can't masturbate with your tiny dick. Yeah, that's pretty important. And, you know, when you park your car, you're going to leave it in gear. Usually I leave it in first if you're up because I'm uphill. But if you're downhill, you want to leave it in reverse if it goes into reverse. My car rarely does. Then you got your steering wheel. You got your 3 pedals. You got your gas, your brake, and your clutch. The clutch is important because you use it to shift gears. I'm not going to tell you how you do it, but you do. So, before you start the car, you have to put on your seatbelt, or else the rest of the car won't do anything. You need that. Don't not wear your seatbelts, kids. Even, like, fuck New Hampshire. Just because they don't have a law for it doesn't mean shit. So, to turn on the car, you hit the clutch. And I would suggest hitting the brake because I'm pretty stupid and I don't leave it in gear or I forget the e-brake half the time. So you hit the brake and the clutch and the car is on, whoopee. And then you put it in neutral. If you don't put it in neutral, it'll just stall out. And our goal today is to not fucking stall out like the 8 times I did it in the last video. So I'm going to pull out my drive on. I'm going to start driving. I'm going to tell you how. So, you're going to disengage the e-brake. And people don't know how to do this for some miraculous reason. So, you're going to pull up and hit the button. And it goes down. It's pretty simple. And, I mean, people think you just push it down. No. That doesn't happen. Alright. So, we're going to start driving. We're going to drive a little more than the other one. Hey, my car didn't stall. My car has an idling issue. So, if it goes in reverse like it just did, you're all set. And you guys start going. Now, this has clutch issues and stuff, so it catches really high. But other cars won't. Oh, and now, okay, there we go. So you just start driving. I have the radio off. You can turn on the radio. It got this cool, like, thing where, like, it lights up when you do stuff. But, yeah, so I usually put it in neutral when I come to a stop. Don't forget your blinker. Put it in gear. And you're gonna just make your turn flawlessly. Usually I shift my gear halfway through the turn to second for fuel efficiency. Speaking of which, I have no fucking gas, but that's fine. But so yeah, like that's the basics. That's just like the easy stuff. And the hardest part is getting out of first gear. Once you're out of first gear, you're all set. Now I'm at another intersection. Don't forget your blinker. Always wear your seatbelt and go. So mine has a chatter, which means the clutch needs replacing soon. But, you know, that's no big deal. So yeah, that's third gear. I usually shift when it gets to about 2,500 RPMs, which is on the tachometer if you have one of those. If you're a pussy, you don't. No, actually, it might be the other way around. I don't know. But, yeah, usually you're going to be, like, cruising in 4th gear. If you got a 5-speed like I do, you're going to be cruising in 4th gear a lot of the time, because you don't need 5th gear unless you're going, like, over 40, and I don't tend to go over 40 a lot. But, yeah, so stop sign is stop, and there's two cars coming without their blinkers on. And this is why you need your blinker, because you don't know where the fuck they're going. Alright. This lady's walking over here. You make your turn. Oh, she's just gonna cross the street right in front of me. Thanks, lady. So yeah, you're just gonna do that. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted because this stupid bitch just crossed the street in front of me without even fucking any warning, and it's like a turn like that. It's like my two fingers. I'm right here, and I gotta loop around and come over here, which is not pleasant. So yeah. I mean, that's basically how you drive stick. It doesn't really get any more complicated than that. It's a pretty easy thing. I'm gonna go up to the highway though, or at least like somewhere where I can get it to 5th gear. I'm gonna show you how to fucking peel out because I'm terrible at it. But I'm not gonna be breaking any laws. Don't worry. Unless excessive acceleration is a broken law, but this thing's not fucking fast, so I won't worry about that anyway. Like, so yeah, tell me about how fucking whatever your car is, fast it is. Like, if you're like me, you bought a car with a manual transmission without really knowing how to drive, like you knew the gist, and you could get around with it, but you like don't really know, and you stall out at lights every single fucking time, and you piss yourself every time you see a fucking green light. But you know, don't do that. Don't buy a Honda Civic either, unless you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, go ahead, buy a Honda Civic. That's wicked important if you know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, cause, dude. So when you're slowing down, you usually need to change gears, and it's like pretty easy downshifting. Like sometimes you don't even need it, but once you like go below, if I go below like 1200 RPMs, I like to shift down, just because it might hurt the car a little bit if you drive at like really low RPMs. So yeah. Also, when you're driving a stick and you're in 1st gear, don't worry if you like get some tire spin, because it happens. It's no big deal, especially when you're beginning and you just spin the tires a little. This car actually, the tires spin really easy on it, which is a pain in the ass, because like people are like, I've gotten the cops call on me like, hey, this kid's doing a burnout, and it's like, I don't know, I was taking a turn and I hit the gas too hard, or my foot slipped off the clutch or something. Suddenly the wheels are spinning like fucking hell, and there's rubber down like for a mile. It's definitely not like front wheel drive burnout or anything. But don't tell the police department about that. There's a Hyundai Tiburon. I know you can't see it, but it's a pussy shit car. It's got a V6 and a front wheel drive, and they sound like shit when you put a fart can on them, and that's what everybody else is gonna do. So don't get one. I considered it. They're also boats, and they're not very, I heard they're not good in the snow. I've never driven one in the snow. I've driven one, but it's like a rundown Mitsubishi Eclipse with like less of an ego. They do look okay though, in my opinion. Kind of big though. They're like the Dodge Challenger of the fucking like Japanese car world, really. And they don't make them anymore. The Genesis is nice, but it drives really rough. Like it's really bumpy and all that. All right, so I'm coming up on the highway, or whatever you want to call it. So we're just I'm gonna come up here. The speed limit is 45, and my car is fast up until like 40, or at least accelerates kind of like that. So we're gonna stop, 1st gear, and go. Yeah, okay, that's 45 right there. And I'm only in 3rd gear, but I'm at 2500 RPM, so put it in 5th. Keep it below 2000. I like keeping it below 2000s if you want good fuel efficiency. If I click info, it'll tell me my average mile per gallon. I get an average of 27.2 in a 2008 Mazda 3. It's driving like that all the time, so I'd say I'm doing pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna turn right here. Oh yeah, last night was daylight savings. Don't forget about daylight savings. Fix your clocks like I didn't. At least not at first. But yeah, that's how you drive stick. It's a good thing to know how to do. Because I don't know, like, if you don't know how to drive stick, I definitely don't want to talk to you. And yeah, that was a low-key like hate comment thrown at a certain couple people I don't want to be talking to. Ha ha. Fuck you, George. That was a random name I ripped out of my ass. But I rip a lot of things out of my ass. Like my doctor's finger. And my priest's finger. But, you know. So I'm gonna go back to my house and I'm gonna park. I'm gonna show you guys how to park, and then I'm gonna stop the video because I hate myself. Hey, there's the guy who fucking didn't go the right way apparently. That's that red Jeep fucking Patriot dipshit. And that's where that chick lives? Now there's a Tiburon. Hey, it does have a fart can on. I fucking called it. When I drove past it the first time, I saw the front end, I didn't look at the back. But the back has 2 fucking eBay fart cans on it. Dude, you must be sweet. Like, you know, like, you gotta be excited about that. You gotta, like, really push the car enthusiast in you, you know? Like, in your town, you're gonna see a lot of people with fart cans because it's like 40 bucks off of eBay. And, you know, you gotta, like, respect that. You gotta be like, respect all builds, dude. Like, I don't really care that you got a V6 automatic fucking Challenger with a rod knock that you drive every fucking day, and then you threw a fucking fart can on the back. Like, I mean, that's not like a specific example or anything, but you gotta respect that person, because you know what? He tried. He put an exhaust on his car, and that's so hard to do. It's not even an exhaust, it's fucking a fart can, but, or a muffler, whatever you want to call it, you know? But it's fine. You know, just don't worry about it. Like, it's just the fact that you can drive a stick makes you better than everybody already. Like, I have a friend who's a pussy and he drives a yellow Mitsubishi Eclipse, but it's an automatic. Yeah, he might get a better lap time than me. Yeah, he might get off the line and beat me by like 10 million seconds. But you know what? His car's an automatic and mine's a stick. So I already won that race because the philosophy is to drive better. And you can't truly drive an automatic transmission because I don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm probably just going to cut this part of the video out, but I'm such a fucking lazy ass. I'm probably just going to post the full thing and, like, see if people like it, you know? That's how it is. Oh, yeah, I said this in the last one, but, like, you know, I mean, it doesn't actually really matter, but, like, don't really rest your hand on the shift knob, because it adds weight to it or something. Like, I have a weighted shift knob, or at least the stock one's, like, sort of weighted, but, like, it adds weight to the transmission or something and, like, wears it out. I don't really care. I'm gonna do it anyway, but usually I just leave my hand right here. Hey, this sweet armrest. Buy him at the Mazda 3. Please fucking buy a Mazda 3, because I'm so lonely. And my closest Mazda 3 friend lives in Swansea. I'm so lonely! I miss my Mazda Protege 5. That thing was a bomb, alright? Like, figuratively and literally. Like, it was a bomb to drive, but it also was, like, ready to blow up at any minute. I was so down with that. I love that car. Even with this flat tire that I never fixed. Ever. And drove on. Because I really don't give a fuck. So we're back at that crazy turn, and I didn't have a red that time. This guy's on the wrong side of the road. Dude. I get it, you're driving a Kia, but chill the fuck out. Alright, now there's bicyclists on this side of the road. And real slow, and they're on corners, so I don't know if I can get around them or not. I'm just gonna... that was this is dangerous, this is dangerous. Don't do what I'm doing right now. Alright. And then third gear is usually pretty good for making turns if you have to brake for them. I usually use it, and then, like, I usually keep it in, like, if you want to stay below a certain speed, just keep it in a certain gear and then keep it below a certain RPM and you'll stay that way. Like, if I want to go, like, 20, I'll just throw it in third and keep it under $2,000 and I'm all set. Yeah. So, we're going to pull into my driveway right here. So you stop, I have it in neutral, and I gotta repark that because I didn't time that properly. Alright, so just pull in. Please go. Alright. So pull in, your e-brake, put it in first gear, and then you can turn off the car. And don't drop your keys, and yep, that's how you drive a stick. Go fuck yourself, bye.